We are all different, due in part to heredity, but also because we were brought up differently. The way we were treated in infancy and early childhood largely shaped our personalities, and so made each of us a different individual. During the first few years of life, we developed our own peculiar ways of acting, reacting, and feeling toward people and things. Living in a social group further strengthened these differences. For example, look at Johnny, Mary, Henry, Ruth, and Bob. We are all different. We grew according to heredity, but let's remember that our personalities developed according to the way we were cared for and treated in the early days of life. Thus, each of us learned a different way of adjusting himself to the world, and especially to people. This film shows the shaping of the personality in the way the baby meets the world and finds fulfillment of 3 of his basic needs. First, food, not only to satisfy hunger, but to make the infant feel safe and secure. Second, elimination, allowing the infant to excrete freely until he is old enough to learn control. And third, care and love, giving the infant mothering and cherishing care in order to establish satisfying human relations. Not only what is done to and for the infant, but how it is done largely shapes his personality. The very young baby gets upset whenever he feels cold or tired or hungry. Watch this baby. He is hungry. Now he wakes up as he feels more and more hungry. He is getting more restless as his hunger pangs become stronger and stronger. Sucking his thumb gives momentary relief. But now mother comes. She will satisfy his hunger with food. All babies are different, and so some get hungry sooner than others. We can trust the baby to tell us when he needs food. Feeding a baby whenever hungry doesn't spoil him. It allows him to establish his own regular feeding schedule. Feeding a baby when he is hungry gives him more than food. It gives him the assurance that his needs will be met. And so, he learns to trust the world. Lying close to mother, enjoying the warmth of her body, feeling her loving hands while nursing, the baby finds release from tensions while satisfying his basic need for food. Thus, being both fed and comforted, he develops a feeling of security. Establishing security in this way helps the baby to develop the confidence he needs for meeting the world. Internal security and confidence in the world are both fundamental to the development of a healthy personality. Elimination of body wastes is another important physiological function which operates spontaneously in the young baby. You can watch this baby getting ready for elimination. See how tense and restless he is as pressures increase within the bladder and bowel. When these internal pressures become strong enough, elimination starts automatically, wholly beyond his control. As the tension is released, the baby is relieved and feels happy. Any attempt to train him for the toilet at this time may result in emotional strain. At this age, the baby should be allowed to function freely in this way. Of course, it means more work for mother to postpone training until the child himself is ready to control his elimination, but each child in his own time will reach the stage when he can master this difficult achievement. If the child is hurried or forced before he is ready, he may become anxious or resentful. How he accepts this first responsibility for managing his own body function is of great significance for his emerging personality. Bathing the baby, dressing him, giving him protecting care, all these contribute to the child's developing personality. For example, keeping soap out of baby's eyes seems like a little thing, but protecting the child from unnecessary pain increases his confidence in the world. Such understanding care makes him feel safe even in the water. And so, the baby enjoys this daily routine. From these experiences, he gains more than bodily comfort. He learns what to expect from the world. Being handled always gently and carefully, having his individual needs satisfied, being treated as a real personality, he develops a feeling of security. Living in and with the family, he learns that he can trust and rely upon people. The baby comes to enjoy relationships with those about him. In playing with sister or brother or other children, he has further lessons in living with others. Through these approaches by others and his responses, he forms his individualized patterns of establishing and maintaining human relations. Thus, we see how the baby begins to adapt his biological needs and to adjust his functions to our human way of living. Since all babies grow and develop at their own rate, each will mature and be ready at his own time to make these many adjustments. Also, each baby, being different, will develop his own individualized ways of conforming to these often difficult requirements. If helped by patient, understanding care and love, and if allowed to develop in his own way, he will keep his internal world peaceful and secure. Thus, his emerging personality will be able and ready to meet the world and to accept the further demands and expanding opportunities of our social life.